So now we discuss vonthunens model. Okay, so I shortly discussed it. So he gave this model in 1826. His book name is, to his book, The Isolated State. His model is based on two fundamental things. Okay, so factors. What factors are dependent on here? So here the cost factor and maximizing profits. So cost factor and maximizing profits, and after it affects the market location. Okay, cost factor and maximizing profit are dependent on market location. So it affects on market location and cost factor are dependent. And here maximizing profits is dependent on its. Okay, so if cost rise if cost factor is increasing, but then it will be affected market location. Sorry, maximizing profits and cost factor all are affected maximum market location. Because if we have low cost things, low cost, and their demand is very high and low cost, there you cannot be profit. Your business is not profitable. So for we can understand it. Okay, so agriculture basically dependent on environment, people, and economic factor. So agriculture basically dependent on environment, people, and economic factor, important things. And Vonthunen's idea was based on Adam Smith, okay, and Ricardo. Vonthunen's idea was based on Adam Smith and Ricardo. His theory deterministic in nature. Okay, here normative theory, important things, normative theory and partial equilibrium approach is important. Okay, his theory is deterministic approach. Okay, here normative, okay, and partial equilibrium approach, important things. Basic approach of Bonton's theory. Basic approach, approach? Isolated market town at center of an agricultural area. Isolated market. So here Bonton assumption, what assumption now? Isolated market, okay, town at the center of an agricultural area. Agriculture area is homogeneous, uniform, plain. Okay, city is the sole market and agriculture area is the sole supplier. Okay, so agriculture area is the supplier and city is the sole market area. So existence of only one form of transportation, existence of only one form of transportation. Okay, so transportation is only one type. So transport costs are proportional to distance travel. So if you going to sorry, if you're going to high distance area, then your labor cost, your transport cost increases. Okay, so for it affects your profits. Okay, so here labor costs are proportional to distance travel. Labor costs are proportional to distance travel. Okay, it is important. So labor costs are equal over the plain area. Labor costs are equal over the plain area. So fixed market prices, these assumptions are all okay. So fixed market prices, farmers are economical man. Okay, absence of market manipulation, absence of market manipulation. So here you can see absence. It's okay. So state economy in a region, state economy here in a region. So one of others aim of this model, how and why agricultural land use change with distance. Okay, how and why agricultural land use change with the distance. How said intensity of crop production decreases with the distance. Okay, how said he said intensity of crop production distance with the decrease with the distance. Okay, so it's important things. And types of land use also changes with distance. Types of land use it changes with distance. So maximizing profit, farmers trying to maximizing the profit. The basics, the best that based on three fundamental things that take into consideration. Okay, so farmers trying to maximizing the profit, that based on three fundamental things. Okay, so transportation cost, the first. Okay, and second the pricing of land, second, and third is the proximity to market. Okay, so near the market it is important thing. So okay, transport cost, price of land, and proximity of market to market. So next, so basic principle that was propounded by Vantunen. Locational rent is basically profit after cost crop. So locational rent is basically of a crop on the part of the location. So rent, locational rent, okay. So revenue from selling crops minus the locational rent equals to revenue of selling crop minus cost of production plus cost of transportation. Revenue of selling crops minus cost of production plus transportation cost. Okay, locational rent. Okay, so it is important. So here you can see it is 30 mile ABC. Here it is the center, and here it is the 15-mile distance from the market, and here it is the 13-mile distance from the market area, central area, from central area. Okay. So here you can see in the tomato, tomato and barley. Here it is the tomatoes price rate, and here barley's. Okay. So here you can see in the from A, from B, and from C, farm A, farm B, and farm C. Here farm A and farm B and C is location, and its tomatoes price now increasing. Okay, so and barley's price decreasing with decreasing now. Here you can see. So here the market A, here the farm A, farm B, farm C, and farm 15 mile and 30 mile. Here you can see in this diagram price of the market. So here locational rent we can understood, and price of the market here you can see. And here it is mainly it is a diagram. So here the distance is given here, and from market area, from market. Okay, so here you can see the cost price now increasing with the center area, and it is decreasing from the decreasing with distance. Okay, so here it is decreasing now, you can see. So it is increasing in this area as in 0 to 10 area. So here you can see. So distance decay, it is phenomena. It is distance decay phenomena, it is called. Okay, so it is, you can see in this diagram. Okay, 0 to 4.5 and 10, and 0 10. Okay, distance. Okay, farm market, it is farm market, and it is distance. Okay, so next. So here you can see in calculation. If you see in the calculation, selling price here barley 100 and 100, tomato 120. Selling price here you can see, and cost of production 20 and 25, barley 20 and 20 25. Okay, and cost of production 2 per mile, and the tomatoes 3 per mile. The tomatoes cost is high all the time. So LR of locational rent for A 100 minus 20 plus 0. Okay, so equals to 80, and locational rent of B, locational rent of A. Okay, so it is mainly locational rent of B, it is B. So it is 15. So 100 minus 20 minus 20 plus 20 plus 20 plus 15 into 2 equals 50, and locational rent of C, it is 100 minus 20 plus 2 into 30, 2 into 30 C. So here okay 20. So here tomato is the tomato here barley, it is, you can see, and tomatoes it is 120. Here 100. Okay, here barley is 100 and 100%, and tomatoes it is 120. Okay, so here you can see 120 minus 25 plus 0, 95 100, and B, location of B, it is mainly B, 120 minus 25 into 25 plus 3 into 15 into 50, and location rent of C 120 minus 25 plus 30 into 3 equals to 5. So here you can see, so tomatoes price, okay, very low. Okay, tomato 95 is higher than the barley, so it is near to the market tomato, okay, of the tomato. because it's tomatoes is the higher, okay, than barley. But average distance value, but barley's value 20. So here you can see the distance increasing, then barley's price increasing, but tomatoes price now decreasing. Okay, so it is important things. So but barley's value 20. Okay, so barley would we have the higher rate. Barley have profit here profitable is barley. Okay, when increase distance increase, then barley is the profitable crop. Okay, so next. So intensity model, he tries to focus on if the same group, same crop, the intensity of the cultivation decreases. He tries to focus on if the same crop, the intensity of the cultivation decreasing as we move away from the city. Isolated states is important. It is isolated and modified conditions. Okay, so here you can sub center, it is sub center and it is center. So central city, it is central city. Okay, so here you can see the symbol. Okay, it is navigable river, it is mainly this black spot, navigable river. And market gardening, it is okay, this market gardening, it is, so it is market gardening area. Okay, okay, side the river area. And firewood and lumber production, firewood and lumber production, it is okay. So after the market gardening, there is firewood, and then crop farming with outfall fallow. Crop farming without fallow, it is okay. Crop farming without fallow, and crop farming fallow and pasture, it is mainly a threshold is a threefold system, it is here. And livestock farming, it is livestock farming. Okay, okay, livestock farming. So near the near the market, there would be the intensive cultivation. Near the market, it is here intensive cultivation. Okay, and higher location rent here, and selling production we are less cost at less cost. Selling production for produce at less cost. Okay, so here and second model, crop type. Okay, varies with distance. Crop type varies with distance. Near main market, people have perishable crop. Yeah. Okay, varies. Okay, crop type it varies with distance. Near main market, people have perishable crop. Crop type depend on cost of production. Crop type depend on cost of production. So here you can see. So here it is New York City's model. Okay, New York City is the only here. New York City, the only market. Okay, crop regulated by paying ability, no cultivation, climatic variation. Here in New York City, the only market, crop regulated to rent paying ability. Here, okay, so climatic variation here you can see, but here no climatic variation. Okay, so crop okay, rent paying ability. Okay, so no territorial variation and climatic variation here important, but here no climatic variation. Okay, so geographical representation criticism. His assumptions are not universally true. Okay, so vonthunens assumptions are not universally true. Okay, so all operators that agriculture does not have complete information on a optimal decision. All operators are not necessarily rational decision makers. It suffers from all the shortcomings the normative models. It suffers from all the shortcomings of the normative models. All operations operators are not necessarily rational decision market. Okay, since early 19th century, okay, symmetry of land use systems around central market is damaged by changes in transportation and refrigeration. It is mostly applicable for central commercial agri patterns. So his model is mainly applicable for commercial agri patterns. Okay, so since early 19th century, so land use systems around central markets is damaged. Okay, so it's damaged, but by changes in transportation and refrigeration. So it suffers from all shortcomings of normative modes. Okay, models. So complete now. So thank you, friends. I think it will help to you. subscribe.